All right, next game up we're gonna talk about is Sharks versus Never Scared. Sharks are coming in off of a bye, but prior to the bye, they lost to Never Scared. And Don't Sleep is coming in off of a loss to Never Scared. So
Yeah.
during the bye week that the Sharks was off, Never Scared beat Don't Sleep. And before the Sharks had the bye, they lost to Never Scared. So both these teams are coming in definitely high. Both these teams coming in, you could say this is pretty much a must-win game. Um, the Sharks right now has not played to what you expect, and that's like to be said about a lot of teams. But the Sharks coming in right now offensively, I think this team is a pretty decent offense. They're sixth in scoring. Their efficiency at fifth. It's their defense that's the problem. And it's sad when you got a guy, you got Herbie, you have Prawn, you have Meek, you have Trey, you have Mo. You have Ja. You would expect this defense to be better than what it is. But the Sharks defense is giving up points 66% of the time. That's the worst in the league. And they're giving up 24 points in a game. That's 13th. They're giving up the second highest points in the league. The only team that allows more points is Never Scared. The Sharks defense needs help. They're definitely not playing what we would expect them to be playing this season.
I mean, what more help can you get? This team has so much talent,
Yeah.
but it's just not working out. It's not that they need help. It's that their chemistry is not as good as they think it is. I think that's the problem because they have the talent. Like this week, yes, Mo will not be playing. He's at the field, but he will not play in this game. But they got Ja back. Ja is one of their linebackers slash corners. So they got him back. So at the end of the day, they have the talent. It's just they don't communicate well. They don't play off of each other, and I think that's the problem. They have talent. Everybody's an individual star on this team, but they don't bring it together the way that they need to, and that's why a lot of teams are getting by this team and scoring a lot of points. So I think that's what it is. They gotta have better chemistry. They gotta communicate better. Other than that, they have the talent. It's just that's the issue right there.
And I got on them last week 2 weeks ago, saying that Orlando needs to be on the sideline and not flying the drone. He needs to coach and have somebody else do that. He coached, they beat BG, and now he's going to be back on the sideline coaching. And they played a Don't Sleep team who's definitely not what we thought that they would be. I thought Don't Sleep would have been a lot better than what they were when you got guys like Reem. I thought he was going to take this offense to the next level. And what he's done with this offense is he took them to the 12th best offense in efficiency. This team
Well, when you say 12 best, then they're not the best at anything.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to basically their the third worst.
The third worst. Let's
They're
just say that.
third worst efficiency offense in the league. They score 34% of the time they get the ball. And they're scoring they're 13th. I'm sorry, they're 12th in scoring 13.2 points a game. I thought this team was supposed to go to the next level. I thought this team was supposed to be high pedal to the metal. That's the change of Kate from Casey, and it's been everything but that. Defensively, they've been playing pretty decent on defense. You know, I mean, not nothing to write home about. They're no. Let me say that again. Hold on. Defensively, well, it's not as good as the offense, meaning bad, but it's pretty bad. Their defense, they're giving up 19.2 points a game. That's 10th in the league in defense. And the efficiency, they're giving up 52% of the time on points. So every time the offense steps on the field, 52% of the times they score, that's 10. No, I'm sorry. That is tied. That's tied for 10. This team is bad. And that's why the record is what the record is. They're a bad team. They're not what we thought they would be, especially going to the Final Four last season. this team is definitely not on the same level they were last
One thing we got to say is the same issue that they had last season, like one of the same issues that KC had last season is what is the issue that I believe Ream is having this season, if not worse. Because at least last season when KC was still here, they had happy blocking. Right. They don't have happy blocking now. So they don't have anybody. They don't have, and Ream did say that they don't have a blocker. And you need time in the pocket in order to get some passes off. Ream does not have that this season.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
I mean, yes. No.
At the end of the day, they know what they needed, and they didn't go out and get it.
But look. What I'm saying is, I'm not trying to make an excuse. I'm saying that's an issue that they got to fix. That's the problem. Now you identify the problem. They just got to find a way to fix it, and they have it. You know, their defense is not one that I was, and at any time I was going to say I was going to write home about. Last season, they were an okay defense, but I'm not going to say that they were that efficient anyway. So at the end of the day, their offense was supposed to step up, and they did not. Is it because of the protection? I think so. But regardless of what, they have enough talent out there to make it happen. I don't remember J.O. getting in the end zone at all this season. And J.O. used to be one of KC's main weapons. And he hasn't gotten the ball, really.
Why don't you talk about the elephant in the room? Mm-hmm. Femi was a bust. Yeah. Drafting Femi, 7th overall, was a bust. When you had guys like Santana still there, you had Matt still there, you had Mo still there, you had Kenny still there, you even had Rico there, who I thought Rico would have been a perfect fit for this team. Femi was a bust. He's not really giving you nothing. When he's here, he's not really giving you anything. He doesn't come to all the games. You don't want to say it. I'll be the bad guy. I'll be the villain. I'll be the Thanos or the Loki. Drafting Femi was a bust. Getting Ream was not what they thought it would be. So that's on Joel, the GM of the team, the owner of the team. The moves he's making, you lost Benny. The moves you're making did not help the team. Now, don't put it past him because the guy's smart. He won a championship at EHS when nobody thought Don't Sleep had a chance to win the chip. So I'll give him a chance to turn it around. But so far, his seat right now, it will be very, very hot.
Now, can I ask a question? What draft pick did Don't Sleep get Femi for? Get Femi at?
I'm sorry, Femi went 7th.
7th. So, you know, was it because, you know, my thing is, Ream said he was hyped that he got Femi. They played together, so
he rather have Henry. He's lying.
I mean, yeah. Listen. Nobody believes that he would have rather have Femi than Henry. Everybody knows that that's not the case. They just won a championship in the D1.
Yep.
So of course he's gonna want Henry, but he got Femi. The thing about it is, Femi, when I first seen him play in this league, he was talking about winning Rookie of the Year before we even had an award. He was playing hungry when he was in this league, and I don't see that hunger anymore. I don't see it when he's here because I'm not gonna kill him for not showing up to the games. There's a few games left, so we'll see if he's able to make it.
He's come to a few games. Let me ask you a quick question before we start the game. He's here. Do you notice?
That's the problem. We don't.
Exactly.
And that's
he's just a regular guy. He's a regular guy.
Hunger in him, and that's the issue. He has to get that hunger back. Otherwise, like you said, the draft pick would have been a bust for Don't Sleep.
I'm saying it already. So, all right, we're gonna jump right into the game. After getting the first down, Mike rolls right. Mike is getting the start in this game. After the first down, Mike rolls right, throws to Sherm in the middle for a decent game. Third down, Mike scrambles on for a rush. Throws it to Juju in the back of the end zone. It's tipped and caught by Juju for the touchdown. 6-0. Don't Sleep starts off early.
And they get bailed out on that one because that was tipped by the offense. That could have easily went another way. But Juju's able to focus and get the ball. Can come down with the ball and get the touchdown. So they got lucky, but Mike trying his best to get things going with Ream not being able to be here. I believe he'll be late in this game. So Mike, even though he's not the starter, he's able to find a way to get them into the end zone.
Stevie's going to get the start this game. He's going to throw the Juice in the middle for a nice game, picking up the first down. I like Juice. I like his energy. I like this kid's swagger and his toughness. Definitely a ball, a way to get him involved early. Steve with 2 passes in the gap for a decent game. 4th down, Steve throws to Meek in the back of the end zone, knocked away by Juju. Turnover on downs. That is the don't sleep defense that we know is capable. I know I've been calling them the puppies this season.
Yeah.
But those are the dogs that I give to me. Meek is one of the Sharks' best players, and Juju was not letting them catch this. Great stop by Don't Sleep.
And this is much needed because you have an issue with your offense. You don't have a quarterback that's already struggling this season. So you got to hold it down on defense, and that's exactly what they do. The Sharks, I'm not going to say that I'm going to write home about their offense either, but they're capable of getting into the end zone, and they're able to hold them on their first drive. That's good defense right there.
Mike is going to scramble on 4 rush and throw the Juju cutting in the middle for a decent game. Second down, Mike is blitzed by Dre. Rolls right, throws to Sherman, and that pass is low. Sherman still makes the catch and runs for a nice gain in the first down. Sherman has to get involved. The guy's very talented. He has several teams after him, especially I heard one of them was PME. And he decided to go to Don't Sleep. He has to make these plays. He's capable of making these plays. That's a great play by him there. Second down, Mike is blitzed by Ja, runs on the sideline for a decent game. Mike is then going to throw to A-High in the middle to get him to the 5-yard line. Good to see A-High back. He's been injured this season. He's back in the lineup making a play there. 4th and goal. Mike finds J.O. in the front of the end zone. Got a touchdown. 12-0. They take a 2-score lead. We talked about J.O. getting involved. He got involved this drive, but it's by their backup quarterback. 12-0. Don't sleep.
And I believe that's one of the best offensive drives that I've seen by Don't Sleep this season. Unfortunately, it's by their backup quarterback, Mike. The thing about it, though, is it's not more so that Mike got them in the end zone, because he did, but it was that all of these guys stepped up. Juju with that big catch in the first drive, early in the drive. Then you have Sherm with that huge catch, because that could have went either the other way if he doesn't make that big play for the first down. Everybody stepped up on his drive. That's how you step up for your offense and get into the end zone for the score here.
Second down, Stevie throws the Ed in the gap for a nice game. Third down, Stevie's blitzed by Maid, throws the Ed in the gap, who dives into the end zone for the touchdown. Juice gets the extra point. 12-7, Sharkz score.
And when Ed turns on that switch, he can be a dangerous weapon out there.
Little bonkers. He's a little bonkers.
A little. I would drop the word little in that whole statement, but at the end of the day, that's why he is a capable player, because he used that bonkersness or whatever you just called him to be efficient on the field, and that is why they need to use him a little bit more. That's why he's capable of being a weapon on any team that he is on, and he does that here for the Sharks.
After getting the first down, Mike on 4 rush runs in the gap for a decent game. Third down, Mike is blitzed by Dre and runs for a short gain. 4th down, Mike on 4 rush throws a ream in the back of the end zone, knocked away by Ralph. Turnover on downs. They finally stop Don't Sleep. That's another person we didn't mention. Ralph is a former All-Star. So This defense is definitely not playing on the level they should, but now they finally make a stop. They have capable defenders. They just got to get it together. That's a great stop by Ralph, knocking that ball down.
And the thing about that drive there is you saw Reem coming for a play at the towards the end of the drive, and that is because, and again, I don't blame them for this choice. Reem got there late, so they don't take Mike out when he has the hot hand. He scored their first 2 touchdowns in their first 2 drives. So I'm keeping him in to at least see if he's going to be able to get into the end zone. Unfortunately, they don't, because the Sharks finally start showing some life on defense and make a defensive stop to end that whole situation with Mike getting in the end zone. They make a big stop there.
Sharks can't move the ball, and they're going to have to punt. Don't Sleep can't score before the half, and we're going to go into the half. 12-7, Don't Sleep.
And listen, the thing about Don't Sleep had a great start with Mike getting into the end zone, 2 scores. But I can't expect him to do more than that, because he's not a quarterback. Reem got to come in the second half and show why he's the starter of the team. He got to show why they're a team to be taken seriously. He got to show why they're capable of scoring points. It's up to him in the second half to show that they have opportunity to win the game with Reem at the helm. It's all up to him now. He's here, so there's no more excuses about him. There's no more issues that they. Sorry. So right now, all of that whole issue with Micah out the way. Now you have him as offensive weapon. It has to be the reverse, and Reem has to get them into the end zone now.
If I'm Sharkz, gotta get it together. I know you're thinking, hey, how can we? I said efficiency and the numbers for defense. This defense just gave up two touchdowns to a backup quarterback who doesn't really quarterback in mind. How are we supposed to beat top teams with top quarterbacks if we got the backup quarterback throwing 2 touchdowns on us? This defense is bad, and they have the talent. They got to get it together. Now, offense, Stevie's making it difficult for this team to go back to Akon. Stevie is showing he can score points. Now, he started off slow.
Yeah. I was just going to say, yeah.
He started off slow. Don't get me wrong. 1 of 3. But at the end of the day, he didn't throw any interceptions.
No.
Key to this league is not throwing interceptions because it gives the team momentum and great field position. Now, I believe Stevie can turn around in the second half, and he's going to have to because he cannot depend on this defense because his defense is just plainly bad. But hopefully, with that last stop on that drive that we made on Don't Sleep, we can get the momentum and keep that going. We're going to have to see what happens in the second half. After getting the first down, Stevie throws a pop in the gap and runs for a nice gain. Second down, Stevie gets blitzed and sacked by Reem. Reem doing it on the other side of the ball. Great play by him getting sacked. Third down, Stevie rolls right with blocker from block. Throws a route on the sideline, getting to the 7-yard line. Fourth down, Stevie on forward finds Juice in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. 13-12, Sharkz take the lead.
And like you said that Stevie needs to come out and score in the second half, and that's exactly what he does. When they first drive, they're able to get a drive together. You see him get sacked, but he doesn't lose his cool, and he's able to stay calm in the pocket and get them to the end zone. What he's doing right now is working, and in the second half, they're able to get into the end zone yet again.
Going out right now, Don't Sleep gets the ball. Reem on forward rush runs in the gap for a nice gain. Then on third down, Reem on forward rush gets by Ja, runs in the gap to the 3-yard line. This is Reem using his feet. I say he's a Deshaun Watson to me, and that's a great run here. Getting my fast John, great play by him there. Fourth down, Reem throws a mic cutting in the back of the end zone high, incomplete. Turnover on downs, nobody's open. Offense looks different now that Reem's back in the game at the quarterback position, and they get stopped.
And the thing about this Sharkz defense that I got to give credit to is that Reem is a running quarterback. He is capable of getting a lot of yards with his feet alone. So that can shift and manipulate a defense to want to step up, knowing that Reem can try to run or anything like that. But the Sharkz, they stay in their pockets and keep Reem from getting any passes off, any successful passes off. That is the way that you contain a running quarterback. Force him to throw. Keep him under pressure, keep him in the pocket, and they can make those passes. And obviously, with this being said, he's not able to do so. So they're doing their job, and that is a way to hold it down on defense for the Sharkz.
Second down, Stevie throws a block in the middle for a nice gain. Third down, Stevie will block him by pop, rolls left and throws the Juice open in the gap, who runs all the way to the 20-yard line and a first down. Juice got to get the ball. Definitely a great player. I love this kid's swagger. Definitely shows the ability to make plays. Great play there. Second down, Stevie rolls right and throws to Drake, cutting and getting to the 5-yard line. Drake cuts in from the back of the end zone. Dre is going to be Dre. He's going to make plays. A former league MVP. You got to get him involved in the offense. Gets involved there. Third and goal. Stevie finds spot in front of the end zone for the touchdown. Meek gets the extra point. 19-13, they further their lead.
And Stevie having a terrific game because he's not turning over the ball and he's taking what the defense gets him and finding ways to get into the end zone. That's the way the Sharkz need to play, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Remember, it's 19-13. Don't Sleep's going to get the ball. First time, Reem on forward rush throws a macho in the gap. Picked off by Meek. End of the game. Sharkz come away with the win. 19-13.
And I believe on a play like that, that is because Reem was under pressure, and that has been something that this Don't Sleep team has been suffering from all season. He said it all the way from early in the season on that interview that he had with us, that it's different when you don't have a blocker. And we're seeing that unfold here. They don't have nobody to protect Reem, and there's but so much he can do with his feet alone. So because they put Sharkz able to put pressure on Reem, that's what forced that interception, and that's what kept Reem from scoring any touchdown pass in his game. After Mike had 2 in the first half, Reem was not able to score any, and he threw an interception. So at the end of the day, it's a tale of 2 halves. As soon as Reem came in, their offense kind of stagnated. I'm not blaming only him. It's just that there's nobody protecting to give him time to make plays, and I think that's why they're suffering, and they get yet another loss this season.
You're being nice. That's how you are. You're a good guy. And it makes me look like the big meanie. It makes me look like the hater. But I'll take it.
You know, I've been hearing different from other teams, but that's okay.
Reem has been sacked. Now, the pressure thing, I give it to you. Reem has been sacked 6 times this year. It's a lot, especially for a mobile quarterback. You see Shannon with 8, and he's a mobile quarterback. So the blocking definitely ain't what it was from last year. But Reem is being pressured. Reem has thrown 4 interceptions this season to 6 touchdown passes. Mike has thrown 3 touchdown passes to no interceptions. He threw 2 this game and 1 last game. Is it time to go to the bullpen? Maybe Reem is not what you thought he was going to be. Now,
Whoa. So, who's going to step in? You really think that Mike has a better shot at ending the season for this team strong as their starting quarterback, and they're going to bench Reem? You're really floating that idea right now. Is that what I'm hearing?
Don't Sleep is 12th in efficiency in scoring. They score 34% of the time on offense. Don't Sleep is scoring 13.2 points a game. This year, the UFL scoring has went up. So before, maybe that was okay, but not no more.
Nope.
And they are 12th in scoring. I just told you that Reem has been sacked 6 times. He has 4 interceptions. What's the worst that can happen? You know, Mike went 2 for 4 in the first half. Reem went 0 for 2 in the second. I don't know. I like to call a spade a spade. You know I love the fact how Reem, and I should have screenshotted, said he can't wait to break these records and he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that, and he's scoring 34% of the time. It's pretty bad. So I think the records can pop champagne and get comfortable and not worry about Reem coming and passing him for any records. I think he needs to focus on getting more wins. The team is 1-4 right now before he talks about winning awards. Other side, their blocking is terrible. Bronk is not a blocker. J.O. is not a blocker. They didn't go out and get a guy that could block. They better go make a trade. Joel gonna have to be a GM and an owner, look around at the teams and make a trade. You need a blocker. You need somebody that's going to give your guy time. And you need to say the Femi experiment was us. The greatest ability is availability. And a lot of times Femi's not here, and when he's here, it's like he's not here. Now they need to go on a time machine and get that last Femi that went to the All-Star game a few years ago. Because I don't see that Femi. That's the Femi that they thought they were drafting. And it's highly clear they didn't. So, while I know you said that Reem was happy that Henry went, he was saying in the thing, he's good, Henry's over there, he's over here. If I recall, Henry is first in the division on the other side. As Don't Sleep right now is fighting for table scraps on the bottom. I don't know. Can they turn it around? Well, they went to the Final Four last year. Is anybody scared of this team? Absolutely not. On the other side, the Sharks got to play more consistent. This is how they got to play. At the end of the day, they stopped don't sleep 4 times in a row. That's great, but you still gave up 2 touchdowns versus a backup quarterback. I haven't seen Mike throw in a while, and a lot of people wouldn't even think he's a serious quarterback. And he threw 2 touchdowns against your supposed to be elite defense. That's why you're one of the worst defenses in the league. I gave up a lot of points, but Stevie proved he needs to be the starting quarterback. Now, you got to think about that for a minute because we saw what Akon can do when the playoffs come.
Yes.
You know, the guy's a winner. He wins. He has 3 consecutive championships. 2 with IOD and 1 with Rep City. So the guy wins chips. So if you're after chips, his mentality changes in the playoffs. Stevie's been hot every time he throws. So you're going to have to figure out who's going to be a starting quarterback because you're going to need the quarterback to carry this offense because his defense isn't very good.
And I'm going to be real quick, and I'm going to say that, yes, that is an issue, worrying about what's going to happen in the playoffs. Yes, Akon is an experienced veteran, and he's, have experience winning championships in this league. So, yes, that is invaluable, of course. But I am not 100% in saying that, because he had 1 successful season winning a championship at quarterback, that's the end-all be-all. Because Akon hasn't looked the same this year from last year, at least in the regular season. So am I going to take the risk that, because he performed well last season in the playoffs, that he's going to do it again when you have Stevie that's playing and it's hot so far? Doesn't turn over the ball, scores 2 to 3 touchdowns a game, doing his job. Am I going to take that away from him and say, because Akon, me personally, you go with what's working. And right now, Stevie is working. He has the momentum. He has the chemistry with the team. And they play better with him at the helm. So at the end of the day, I just think that as long as the Sharks step up on defense and make these plays that they've been making in this game and just keep Stevie in the helm, I think that this Sharks team are looking good towards the end of the season and beyond.
Well, bottom line, my saying. Said it for a long time. When you have 2 quarterbacks,
yes,
you really have none. So now this team has to make a decision. And if they throw the dice the wrong way, it's always going to be questioned. If you go with Akon and he loses, it's like, why wouldn't you go with Stevie? Stevie was hot. He was our main quarterback. He's our guy. If you go with Stevie and it don't work, it's like, then why did we bring in Akon? We knew we brought in Akon to throw. Stevie was always our quarterback. We always had him. We brought in Akon to throw. So they have to make a decision and hope it works, because if it doesn't work, regardless of whatever way they go, it's going to be questioned. So I think they put themselves in a very difficult situation, especially with a defense that can't stop a nosebleed. We're going to wrap this one up.
Yeah, I disagree, but I'll leave it there. No, I disagree, but I'll leave it there. You already saw how I feel. You heard about what I feel that this team should do. I'll just leave it like that.
We're going to wrap this one up with the Sharks coming away with the win over Don't Sleep, 19-13. We'll be right back. All right. Next game we're going to go over is 99 versus the Gators. 99 is coming in off of a loss to the Monarchs in overtime, as the Gators are coming in to a loss to Rep City. Now, the Gators have lost 3 in a row since their opening win.
Yeah.
Season win. Definitely have not looked like that same team. A lot of people say it's because the field was shorter. A lot of people say because it was just the first game of the season, and a lot of people say that they just got lucky. Well, they're not looking like a great team since that. Ant has been going through problems with a lot of the guys. Ant is an old school guy, but he has a lot of young guys. So you know that's going to clash. I'm going to tell you what I really think they should do at the end of this game. I'll give you my opinion, but that's what's going on with the Gators. On the other side, Shannon has played like when he won Offensive Player of the Year. He's not turning over the ball. He's running the ball. He already has 2 rushing touchdowns this season. The guy has been definitely a weapon offensively. Sleddy's shown what he can do while he was drafted, definitely making them not regret their pick. And now they begin their life without Travis. Now they begin their life without Trev. And now we got to see what other guys step it up because they really need somebody else to step up.
I'm not going to go as far as that to say that they have to live without Trev, because Trev is obviously a big, a big addition to this team that they lost very short in that last game, which is unfortunate. But everybody can agree that 99 was playing at the same level before Trev joined the team. So they've been playing well. I would say it's hard to say well enough without him. I believe that they can survive without him. It's all about how consistent they can be. The thing about Shannon is one thing I could give him credit for is he's been putting up a lot more points this season than last season. He's been way more efficient this season than last season. The thing about it is he's been putting up points against some of the best defenses in the league. They didn't always come away with wins.
They're third in scoring this year.
Yes. He scored 3 touchdowns at least against Raiders, which is one of the best in the league. He also scored 3 touchdowns at least against the Monarchs, which is one of the best defenses in the league. So at the end of the day, Shannon knows how to put up points. He's going to put up points no matter who he faces.
And they're 5th in efficiency. So they score 50% of the time they get the ball.
So at the end of the day, it's a toss-up if they're going to score or not. And that's not good odds against whatever defense they face. And that's why this Gators defense, this Gators team, the thing about the Gators is it seems like they don't have the heart into the season right now. They don't. They don't have that hunger, that passion. I haven't seen it. Is it because Reggie's not looking as good this season after that one win the first week? It could be, but we got to look at it this way. Reggie is under so much pressure, and we always see that when Reggie's under pressure, he plays his worst. And that's what we've been seeing the last couple of games. He doesn't have nobody to protect him. The only blocker on this team that's been trying to block for him is Los. And Los is not a blocker. So at the end of the day, that's the issue that I see right there. And their team's feeding off of that, which is why they have been so unsuccessful. If they don't find a way to protect Reggie, it's going to fall back on every single part of the team, especially the defense at the end of the day.
All right, we're going to jump into the game. During the throw-off, Shannon catches the ball, runs in the gap, hits by Prodigy, runs all the way down the field into the end zone for the touchdown. Radio gets the extra point, 7-0, 99. They kicked the ball off to one of the most dangerous, if not the dangerous kick returner in the game. And he made him pay.
Right now, if there was a coordinator on this team that chose to throw to Shannon, I would walk up to him and tell him in his face, "You're fired."
You're fired.
Because who in their right mind, I don't even think in my wrong mind, I would throw to Shannon on a kickoff or a kick return. I would throw it to him no matter what. At the end of the day, I would rather get a flag going out of bounds than giving Shannon any chance of getting the ball in the kick return position. So, because look at what happened. He's dangerous enough as the quarterback, and he gets points as the kick returner, one of the best in the game. That is just a lapse in judgment that you shouldn't make in a game like this.
I wouldn't kick to Shannon and Madden.
Yes.
We're going to jump. Reggie's going to get the ball. Reggie's going to get blitzed by Mac with blocking from Los. Reggie is still sacked by Mac. You just said it. Los is not a blocker. He's not as big and brawn like he used to be years ago, but he's never really been a blocker anyway. And he's going to give up the sack here. After a first down, Reggie on 4 rush, throws a Flacco cut in the gap for a decent game. Second down, Reggie's blitzed by Mack, throws a Prodigy in the gap, off target, picked off by Christian, giving it to 99. Reggie's under pressure and he makes a mistake here.
And that's what we're going to keep seeing. As long as Reggie's under pressure, he's going to make bad decisions, he's going to make inaccurate throws, and he throws interception here. That's what Reggie's known for. But you got to give credit to this 99 defense. They're taking advantage of that, and they're putting pressure on Reggie. That is the key to them getting defensive drive, successful defensive drive, and they start right away with one right here.
Shannon gets the ball back. Shannon with 2 runs in the gap for a decent game, picking up the first down. Then Shannon's going to throw the slutty in the gap for a decent game. 4th and goal at the 10-yard line. Shannon with blocking from Will. Throws to Jesse in the front of the end zone. That's going to be dropped. Turnover on downs. 99 and stop. One thing I'm going to say before you go. Will came last week. Didn't play. That's when we saw Book get abused. Will is in now. That's going to reduce Book's playing time. I think they're moving the ball giver. You're not getting through Will the way you got through Book last week. Will is definitely a formidable blocker. Definitely helped Shannon on the kick return. He's dangerous, but unfortunately, they're not able to capitalize on his blocking as Jesse drops a touchdown in the end zone.
And that's unfortunate because Shannon gets down the field the way he normally does with his feet. And I don't see any team able to stop him when he takes off on the field. Unfortunately, he's not going to always be able to get into the end zone that way. So guys got to catch these passes when Shannon's throwing to him. Unfortunately, Jesse's not able to do that, and it leads to them turning over the ball.
Gators are going to struggle to move the ball, and they're going to be forced to punt. Giving the ball back to 99. Shannon on second down throws deep to Radio, cutting in the gap, caught in the end zone for the touchdown. There's no communication between Rico and Cecil as safeties, and it's 13-0, 99.
And on this play here, Cecil steps up to guard another receiver, which leaves Radio flying all the way downfield. By the time Rico can react, it's too late. Radio's open for the touchdown, and all that took was communication between Cecil and Rico to see who's gonna pick up Radio, who's gonna stay, who's gonna go with him. None of them do that, and because of that, Radio's left open for the score here.
After getting the first down, Reggie with 3 passes for a decent game, getting to the 10-yard line. After the first down, 4th down, Reggie on 4 rush throws a pass, but it's blocked by Book. Incomplete, turnover on downs. And I guess that's going to be Book's new position. He makes a play there. He's got to be able to contribute at whatever position they need him to. It didn't work on the offensive side of the ball blocking. Now he's on the defensive side of the ball. He has strength, he has height. I think he's capable of making plays. That is a great play by him to stop Reggie on that drive.
I mean, I'm not going to go as far as to say that he should never block again or anything like that. He had one bad game where one person got the better of him. So, yes, that happened. But at the end of the day, Book is still a part of this team. I'm sure he's going to be able to help Shannon on offense. But right now, he's getting in Reggie's eyes. He's tall enough to get in Reggie's eyes and make a play like that. That is good defense by him, blocking the pass and cause a turnover.
99 can't move the ball, and they're going to have to punt. And on that punt, Rico's going to have a great turn here, getting the Gators to the 40-yard line with 9 seconds to go. Rico contributing on the punting game. Great return by him there. Rado's going to get flagged for cursing, moving the ball to the Gators' 25-yard line. Last play of the half, Reggie throws a Prodigy in the middle, who's tagged at the 5-yard line as time runs out. They could have just thrown the ball for a jump ball. Unfortunately, they don't do that. Taking us into the half, 13-0, 99.
And one thing I got to say 2 things. One, I don't know what decision, who made that decision to throw a short pass, thinking that they were going to be able to stop the clock for after that reception in the middle of the field. You might as well throw it up. Reggie has the arm to at least launch it to have someone jump for the ball, but they don't do that. That's 1. 2, I think that not only is Reggie struggling these games because he's under pressure, I don't see him enjoying himself on the field at all. That's pretty much what's hurting him, and it's showing in the score of 13-0 with them losing without scoring any points.
Bottom line, 99 is better than this team. Not much to say. We're better than them. offense is better than them. Our defense could shut them down. We can bring pressure. They can't bring pressure on us. So let's not play with them. Let's not joke with them. Let's get in. Let's get out. We're a better team. We have bigger fish to fry. And now it's time to have some gator. So let's see what happens. We're going to jump right into the game. 4-and-out as the Gators get the ball. Third down, Reggie's blitzed by Mack. Throws Nelson in the gap for a decent gain. Flacco's flag for holding. They're going to replay the down. Reggie on full rush throws the Prodigy cutting on the sideline for a next gain into the 15-yard line. Fourth down, Reggie throws it to Fred in the back of the end zone. Jay jumps for the interception, but the ball is snatched from him in the air for the touchdown. 13-6. Gators are trying to get back to the game and Freddie with a "Are you serious?" Great play there. Catches on his head.
We had a couple of those already, and Fred showing up and showing that this Gators team have some fire. An old for YMM vet, Fred, showing that he has the energy to go up and get that ball. And I think Jay, not anticipating that Fred was going to fight for the ball in the air, he just felt like he was going to have it and come down with it. Unfortunately, Fred fought and he got that ball for the touchdown, finally getting them on the board for 6 points.
At the end of the first down, Radio is ejected for cursing 15 yards back. Second down, Shannon on full rush runs in the gap for a nice gain. Los as giver never rushes in. You can't give Shannon that time to making a decision where he want to go. Great run there by Shannon. Third down, Shannon with blocker from row runs to the 3-yard line. Fourth and goal, Shannon finds Slutty cutting in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, if it doesn't rush in on 4, give Shannon time, get the extra point, 20-6, 99.
And I'm here laughing because 2 key plays where Los is not deciding to rush in to get Shannon, and that is because you have your man Will standing there at the blocker position, and he makes a difference just by standing there.
Yeah.
Los don't want none. He don't want the smoke with that rushing right there, and because of that, that gives Shannon ample time to get through in his drive, especially with that touchdown pass there. Will showing that he said as soon as you said that he was going to come in after that last week, seeing what happened in that Monarchs game. He comes in showing that he's definitely here to make a difference and protect Shannon, and that's exactly what happened, and Shannon gets in for another touchdown.
And he's yelling out, "Jay, you want my address? You want or my email? Send me that block of the year." It's going to be tough for him to win.
Yeah, because he started late.
Shaq has been dominant on that side. I think Shaq is the front runner for blocking. Kaz is also another one who's been blocking great. It's going to be tough, but listen, things can happen. Shannon already got a kick return, and now he hasn't been touched. So Will can sneak up, but it's going to be tough, but definitely he's showing why he's formidable. Reggie's going to get the ball back. He's going to throw deep to Fred, who beat Slutty, cut in the middle, caught in the end zone for the touchdown. Jay gets the interception, but it's 20-12. Gators climbing back, and Slutty has been a terrible defender this season. Terrible. He does have a pick 6, but he's been beaten a lot. Sometimes you say, well, maybe, he just falling asleep. No, Slutty's not a good defender. He's not. Great offensive player, been dominant on the offensive side of the ball, but on the defense, 99 needs to ask for their money back because this guy has been getting beat. Like the rug. You know when you have a rug and it gets dusty and you hit it and all that dust is Slutty. That's Slutty. Slutty's like all over the place. That's terrible defense, bro. Because he is getting beaten like he stole something.
And the thing about it is, like I said in the last game that they played, Slutty plays deep. When he plays downfield, he gets beat a lot. He is a really good defensive player in the red zone when there's less space for the offense to maneuver. But when you give the offense space, he gets beat. It seems like he gets bored out there and he gets caught off guard because if you look here, Fred runs right by him, and by the time he reacts, it's too late, and Reggie finally takes a shot to get Fred into the score. We haven't seen Reggie take a shot like this in a long time. He needs to take more of them because then plays like this will happen more often.
99 is going to get the ball 4-and-out. Third down after 2 short plays. Shannon with the throw hand in the gap gets him to the 1-yard line. If you look here, Fred is caught guarding no one. Fourth down, Shannon throws a Slutty in the back of the end zone. high, incomplete. Slutty with a one-on-one on Rico guarded him, but Book is open in the end zone. Slutty was frustrated, said Rico held him, Rico grabbed him. What do you think of that play? First of all, Book was wide open.
Yeah.
But Shannon took a shot on the one-on-one with Slutty, and unfortunately, they don't capitalize. What do you think of the play?
I think that, Rico, like, I'm going to look and say that there was some contact, them, going up for the ball or whatnot. So I'm not going to say that it was enough for Slutty to not be able to get the ball, but that was a high pass by Shannon anyway. So even if Slutty was left open, that was not an accurate pass by Shannon. So he kind of missed one. And then Book was wide open in front of the end. So I think that he just wanted to, show up Rico on that one-on-one. And because of that, they missed target Slutty, and they missed the opportunity with Book in the front of the end zone.
Reggie's going to get the ball. 3 short passes, getting him to the 30-yard line. 4th down. Reggie throws a Fred in the gap for the first down. The pass is dropped. Turnover on downs. The Gators get stopped. 99 is going to get the ball back, kill the clock, ending the game, coming away with the win over the Gators, 20-12.
And this is the thing. The Gators the game was not as close as the score would make you believe. They lost by 8, but the game was over before the Gators started scoring points. This happened again when they played against UTF. They started scoring points late. They had a big defensive play. They started showing life late in the game. That's not how you win games, though. Showing life at the latter half of the game. It's not how you win. And Reggie has, played so different than he normally plays. One, yes, he's under pressure, but I haven't seen Reggie take a lot of shots this season. No, and I think that's the difference between now why he's so unsuccessful so far. Reggie has been known as a downfield quarterback all of his career.
In UFL. Yep.
So when you go away from that, he's not going to be as successful. Reggie is known to take shots. Yeah, he may throw interceptions here or there, but he's gonna get it more times than not. But when you don't take any, you're not gonna get it, and that's why Reggie's been struggling. So he started out late taking shots, but ultimately it's because he's been under pressure that he's not looking like himself, and this team is suffering because of that. They get 2 touchdowns late, but it wasn't enough clearly, and that's why they get yet another loss this season.
Bottom line, in their last 4 games, they scored 33 points. 8 points a game. So they scored 40, and in the last 4 that they lost, they scored a combined 33 points, which is 8.2 a game. Terrible. Defensively, they're not good. But they gave up, I believe, 34 points the first game. So you saw in the gate that there wasn't going to be a good defense. Defensively, they give up 21 points a game. No, yes. They give up 21 points a game, which is 11th in defense. And their efficiency, when you look at their efficiency, they're giving up 52%. So every time a team is stepping on the field, they're scoring more than half of the time. They're not a good defense. That's not going to change. They got to outscore people, and it's not happening right now. I'm giving you my idea, but let me talk to 99 first. 99, Shannon's playing great offensively. He's up there for Offensive Player of the Year. I think he has 14. Let me give you his numbers. I was looking at it. Shannon right now, 13 touchdown passes. He ran 2 in, and he's ran a kickoff back. This guy's playing like an MVP, if not just the Offensive Player of the Year. But it's going to hurt him. His interceptions is down. He has 3. Last year he had 9. He led the league. He's been sacked 8 times. That's a lot. It's a lot of sacks. I think he leads the league. I think he's the most sacked quarterback in the league. But one game he had 5, but then, on the one game he had 4 because you don't count the extra point sack on the quarterback. So the other games he's been sacked 4 other times. So, he has to get better protection. I think now he has will that's going to help. But offense is not the problem. It's defense. 99 Problems defense gives up 22.5 points a game. That is 12. That is terrible. Mm-hmm. And the efficiency, teams are scoring 56% of the time when they play them. That is the second worst. Only Sharkz give up more points. efficiency at 66.6%. Their defense is bad. We seen Slutty getting cooked. He's their draft pick. So if your draft pick is getting cooked and giving up touchdowns, then the rest of your guys are going to fall in line. They need a Trev. Trev had a sack, but he's hurt. You can't tell me that, and I know they don't like talking about it, but they miss Twan and them. They do miss them nuts. You know, don't get me wrong. Twan and them may help the Sharkz either. They're not making an impact, but they miss the unity. But at the end of the day, they need other guys like Jay, Radio. They need these guys to step up and make plays, especially now that Trev is gone. This team has to make plays defensively. If not, Shannon has to play lights out. Slutty has to play lights out on the offensive side of the ball because he plays defense like the old James Harden.
That you're exactly right on that, and I believe that like the thing about it is, like you said, if Slutty is not successful playing defense, then everybody else is gonna fall as well. So I think the key is Slutty. Slutty got to wake up in the backfield, and he got to start locking up. He's got to start making plays downfield, and I believe if he's able to do that consistently, I think that's gonna create a domino effect for their defense, and everybody else is gonna be able to step up. Radio has been having a good season. Unfortunately, they lost him in the middle of the game because he got ejected for cursing. So he got to keep himself in the game. That's the bottom line. He has to keep himself in the game. He's been playing big for this team, and they need him on the field. And they can't afford to lose a player like that because of something like that. So at the end of the day, their defense has to step up. I think that's the key to them finishing strong this season.
And the main thing that I want to talk about right now is my idea. I've been yelling out on the field. I was trying to get attention. We could have the first UFL trade. If I'm the Gators, I'm making a trade. I'm trading my starting quarterback, Reggie. Top 3 touchdowns all in UFL history. Went to 3 championship. Only quarterback to take 2 different teams to the championship. Quarterback of the year, offensive player of the year, numerous all-star. I'm trading him. You know where I'm sending him? To Rep City for Wesley. I get Wesley from Rep City, bring him to the Gators, move Nelson to the starting quarterback. Have Wesley, Cecil, Fred, Rico, the YMM core back together, and I let them try to carry the team to make an upset in the playoffs. Reggie's style is not working. He's going too slow pace for this team and pedal to the metal. They are not good at protecting a quarterback. Well, Nelson can run, so he doesn't need anybody to block. And he will take shots downfield. I think this is the only chance this team's got. And if you bring Wesley in, definitely another guy that can jump out the gym and get the ball. You send Reggie to Rep City, and now they have one of the best blockers in the game blocking for him in B-Dot. You move Hood from quarterback to receiver because Hood was playing with UTF a few seasons ago, and we've seen him actually score 2 touchdowns, I believe, against Rep City. So the guy shows he can play offense and he can play some defense. Then you have Matt, D-Boy, you have Seamus, Rel, Meech, people. Their main guy, one of them, Oubre, and the main guy that I love on the team, A-Rod.
Yes.
With Reggie throwing to them. Reggie will change all this. He's going to bring not only a respect factor, being that he went to 3 championships, these guys going to respect him. And if you throw him into this team, it's pedal to the metal. He's going to take his checkdowns. He's going to attack downfield. But he's going to demand the respect of the guys. And all the arguing you saw, as you can see here, with Matt getting into with B-Dot, which just happens to teammates. Matt was throwing. Matt was not brung here to throw. These guys got to realize Matt got drafted. He's honored his contract, but he's not here to throw. You bring Reggie in here, that changes the team. I think that automatically makes Rep City a contender, and this trade can help both teams. Do I think it's going to happen? No. I don't think Ant has the courage to pull a deal, because if you pull a deal, he's going to feel like I'm giving my team to Rico and these younger guys. But that's the only shot you got. You got no shot right now. They're not waking up for Reggie. They're not. But if you bring that YMM core back together and you let them know I'm leading, but I'm going to give guy the keys, let's go, you definitely have an opportunity. Both teams, it can work for both teams.
And I want to say this. I kind of like the talk about the trade. I think that, first of all, I think that that trade would benefit Rep City way more than it would benefit the Gators anyway. Even if they did do the trade, yes, Wesley is a good weapon for the Gators to have, but the unproven commodity on that team would be Nelson. And one thing that Nelson always had an issue with is taking charge of the team he's playing with. He's always had that issue with YMM, and he would have to take charge against a team or with a team where a lot of these guys he doesn't play with. So I don't see that happen. Huh?
The difference, to cut you off,
what?
No Brandon, no Jeremy.
Yeah, it's true.
He has one of the most coolest guys of the whole batch, which is Rico. And again, this is the only shot they have. They're not winning with Reggie throwing. I'm sorry, they're not. But if you get Nelson, Rico wakes up because that's his guy. But wakes up because that's his guy.
Yeah.
Wesley wakes up because that's his guy. And they're gonna want Nelson to succeed.
And Fred as well.
And Fred is, come on, prodigy.
So at the end of the day, with that, when you say that, I agree that this would be an interesting trade. But I also agree with you that I don't see it happening in a million years, because I'm not going to go as brutal as you by saying that he doesn't have the courage. I just think that he's too old-fashioned to do a trade like that. And like you said, I believe that he would feel like he's giving away the team because, you know, his leadership and Rico, they have kind of bumped heads a little bit with what direction they feel that the team needs to go. And I feel like Anthony's whole point is he won't feel like he's the one that helped them win with the team. Like I said, that's the main reason why I don't see it happening.
I hear what you're saying, but at the end of the day, this is your only shot. It's not about Ant. First of all, he drafted Rico.
Yeah.
He drafted Rico and brought Reggie to this struggling team with guys barely showing up. If you turn the keys over, but you keep them in order, they know it's Anthony's team. They still know it's Anthony's team. But now you bring in more pedal to the metal. We're taking shots. We're trying to beat these teams with a puncher's chance. You have an opportunity. And then you spare Reggie to bring in one of the best quarterbacks of all time into this chaos right here. You ask this man to throw for you, and you have him coming, and it's 6 guys. So you say, I appreciate what you do. We're going to try with these young guys and see if we have a puncher's chance. I'm going to send you to the defending chance, give you an opportunity to be behind one of the best blockers of all time in B-Dot. Reggie's never had a blocker like that before. And see what you can do with these Rep City guys as they attempt to defend their title. If I'm Rep City, I will not only do it, I will offer some league fee a little bit as compensation for it. Because Rep City needs this trade. Gators needs this trade if they want to have a puncher's chance. If not, they might as well call this season now. We're going to wrap it up. 99 coming on with the win over the Gators, 20-12. We'll be right back.